Hey Leo, welcome to your weekly reading. If this is your first time here, my name is Laura and I'm from babycurltarot.com. Keep in mind this message is for any Leo placement you want to check in on, including any planet or astrological house that may be in Leo. Whatever it is, you are welcome here. All right, let's get into the reading here. Spiritual team, what is the overall energy for the next 7 days for my Leos? What is the overall energy for the next 7 days for my Leos? Let's get into it. All right, we have the Apple continuance. All right, what's at the bottom of the deck? Rosemary, memory. I think you guys got this last time too, or last week. Okay. I think your reading last week talked about things from the past. So you guys could be building on some sort of idea or project that may have taken place in the past, or some aspect of it as well. So this may actually be a follow-up to last week's reading. If you haven't seen that reading and this ends up resonating for you, I recommend going and checking that one out. Spiritual team, what messages do you have for my Leos for the next 7 days? What messages do you have for my Leos for the next 7 days? All right, let's see what we have. What do we got? 9 of Swords reversed, Page of Cups, 5 of Cups reversed, 6 of Swords reversed, and at the bottom of the deck we have Judgment reversed. Okay, let's see. Let's get into the bottom of this deck. We have, like I said, Judgment reversed. We have the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. Okay. I don't know why, but I get the feeling there are some things you guys need to clean up before you can completely move forward with something. Okay, this is an aspect of Mercury retrograde for me, is when we start a project and then we end up getting stalled because of, some sort of mishap or something that we basically just need to go back and fix. We are still in Mercury retrograde until October 2nd, but it feels like you guys, to me, are, again, you're not able to completely move forward with something because there's something that needs to be fixed, right? And I see that with the Judgment card in reverse here too. But it feels like you guys have gotten to the point, at least, where you're no longer stressed out and worried about what it is that you need to do. You're just more worried about getting it done. You've kind of mourned the loss of whatever it is that happened. Again, you've gotten your tears out over it, the stress is out, and now you're to the point where you're like, okay, I'm starting to see the opportunities here. I'm starting to see the way forward. Let's get it done. Let's get back to square one and really make sure we're doing this right. Does that make sense? What I'm hearing for this bottom row, Leos, is you guys need to be aware of the fact that sometimes you guys can be a little indecisive or unwilling to call things out when you see them happening. Does that make sense? With the 2 of Swords here, it feels like you guys try to keep neutral ground a lot in whatever this is, or a particular situation that could be completely unrelated. So take what resonates. But it feels like with the 2 of Swords, again, you guys tend to just try to keep in the middle. You try not to lean to the extreme one way or the other, to either keep the peace or just find the least path of resistance, right? Spirit is saying that's all well and fine, but it's going to take you a lot longer to get to where it is that you want to be, probably in this project, because we have the Page of Cups being the youngest court card, jumping to right below it, the King of Cups being the oldest court card in the tarot. So it's like, yeah, you can go about taking the safe route if you want, but it might take you a little bit longer than if you were to just make a decision or say what you felt in the moment. Obviously not being to the point where you are like belittling people or anything like that, but at least calling things out that you see that may not be correct or could be corrected or adjusted in a way to improve upon it. I hope that makes sense. The Judgment card here in the reverse is also kind of telling me that this may be a bit of an improvement point for you guys, and that may be what kind of got you in this, in this situation before. Okay, so for those of you where maybe you saw something that could potentially have been an issue, or you made a decision that, you know, was the easiest way to get things done, kind of got you in this situation in the first place. So hopefully this is a lesson that you are learning from and taking with you moving forward, so that you know not to be stuck in kind of like this neutral mode. Speak now or forever hold your peace kind of thing. Problem is keeping that peace can get you into situations where you have to start from scratch and do things all over again. I don't know why that feels like such a very specific message. I don't know if that's going to resonate for everybody, but that is the message that I heard with this. So if you feel like there is an aspect of your life where that is playing out right now, Spirit definitely wanted you to hear that message. All right, that's what I'm seeing with the tarot. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Oracle deck section of the reading. We do have a new moon in Libra coming up on September 25th. So I wanted to get into the Moonology Manifestation Oracle and see what messages we could get for you guys this week. Spiritual team, what additional messages do you have for my Leos for the next 7 days? What additional messages do you have for my Leos for the next 7 days? All right, what do we have? Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. Okay. So that could come from the Nine of Swords reversed. Some of you guys may still have a lot of anxiety when it comes to making decisions, or once again, like being the voice of resistance and saying maybe we should try it differently, or I don't see that really working out in our favor, you know, going against the crowd or against the mob in some situations. I think Spirit is saying, you know, I think you think too much about how people will perceive you for saying something versus the point that saying something could actually improve the situation. And if people don't want to listen to your suggestion, that's on them. At least you said it, right? But I feel like there's also a piece of regret, or a part, what am I trying to say? There is a sense of regret from some of you regarding not saying what you wanted to say in the moment. So Spirit's saying, you know, when it comes to that point, kind of try to work through that anxiety a little bit. And maybe remember this point in time where you felt more regret than anxiety, you know, in terms of you saying what you should have said in the beginning. All right, I hope that makes sense. At the bottom of the deck, we have the first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. Okay, yeah, so controlling, I was going to say controlling your emotions, but controlling your thoughts and sharing them with other people. And the Two of Swords being trying to keep everything in balance or neutral as much as possible. Again, I don't feel is really working in your favor here in whatever aspect of life this is. Again, I feel for a lot of you this could be work related. Yeah, Spirit's asking you to kind of release control and be a little bit more open to sharing your thoughts, feelings with other people, and not trying to keep it in just to make everybody feel safe, accommodated for, whatever the case may be. Let's go ahead and get into the final deck of the reading. Now keep in mind, Leos, whatever messages come from this deck could be related, could be completely unrelated to what we've been talking about so far. It's just additional things you need to know. All right, spiritual team, what final messages do you have for my Leos for the next 7 days? What final messages do you have for my Leos for the next 7 days? What final messages do you have for my Leos? All right, let's get into the other half of the deck. Come here. All right, spiritual team. Hey, okay. Didn't even really get to shuffle. Let's see what we have. We have the target, a goal-oriented person. Definitely feels like that's what this week is really mostly about for you guys, is getting on track with something in particular. Especially with the Six of Swords. Again, it feels like you guys are really tightening down on those details. And we have the yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. So some of you guys may actually feel frustrated with the fact that you have to go back and do this all over again, or you're frustrated with the fact that you don't feel like you can say what it is that you want, or you're frustrated with yourself for not saying the things that you want to say. Okay, take what resonates. Let's get into the bottom of each of these piles. We have the forest, muddled, unclear thinking. And that can come up in the Two of Swords, especially if you guys go back and forth a lot about what you should do versus what you shouldn't do. Try and work on following your intuition a little more and trusting your gut again, and kind of deciphering what is fear-based thoughts versus your intuition. Okay. Let's see what's at the bottom of this pile. We have the broom, new home, new attitude. Interesting. I feel like I don't feel like this has to be a physical home, although for some of you it could resonate in that way. But it feels like new home can also be an emotional state, a mental state, a physical state, a spiritual state. It's a way of being and existing in yourself that feels new. Does that make sense? Like if the body was the home, it feels like you're almost in a completely different body than you were before. It's like, who is this Leo? Who's this new Leo? That's the kind of energy I'm getting from that. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys, Leos. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. If you want to see more content from me, I am on Instagram, TikTok, I have a blog. All that info and where to find me is below in the description box, as is my website if you want to schedule a personal reading. As always though, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!